Welcome to the world of chess, where strategy, critical thinking and creativity collide. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a beginner, you're in the right place. Join us as we explore the fascinating world of chess and all its intricacies. In this game, we have Iquan_Nazir playing as white, and CheesePlayer69 playing as black, on chess.com. White opens the game with 1. e4, black responds with e5 and we have the classical opening of the game. At move 3, white chooses the 3 knights opening, with 3. nc3, black replies with 3. bc5, aiming to control the center. White continues with 4. d3, solidifying the pawn on e4. The 3 knights opening is a classic chess opening that begins with 1. e4 e5 2, nf3 nc6. It gets its name from the move 3. nc3, which develops the third knight to a central position. The response 3. bc5 is a common and aggressive move that aims to control the d4 square and put pressure on white's center. Black's move attacks the pawn on e4, which can be defended by the knight on f3 or by playing d3. The 3 knights opening is a flexible opening that can transpose into many different lines, depending on how both sides develop their pieces. The 3 knights opening is considered a solid choice for both white and black, as it allows for a lot of flexibility and does not commit too many pawns or pieces to the board too early. It can lead to complex and tactical positions that require accurate calculation and strategic planning. Continue to the game. In move 5, white plays h3, avoiding any potential pin from black's light-squared bishop. Black responds with h6, which does not have any significant impact on the game. In move 6, white plays b2, connecting the rooks and aiming to castle kingside. Black plays n4, targeting the bishop on c5. White exchanges knights with 7. n5 and recaptures with the pawn. At move 9, white takes the pawn on d5 with the exd5 move, opening up the diagonal for the light-squared bishop. Black responds with castling kingside, which seems like a logical move to get the king out of the center. White then creates a pawn storm on the kingside with 10, 00 and 11, a3, trying to break through black's defenses. Black plays re8, defending the e5 pawn, but the pawn storm continues with 12. b4, threatening to capture the bishop on c5. Black responds with 12. bb6, retreating the bishop, and white continues with 13. bb2, targeting the e5 pawn. Black tries to counterattack with e4, but white takes the pawn with the bishop on e4. In move 15, white plays qg4, aiming to create a checkmate threat on g7. Black responds with g5, trying to create some breathing room. However, white continues the attack with 16. qh5, threatening to capture the pawn on g5. At move 17, black plays exd3, trying to open up the diagonal for the bishop. White takes the pawn with 18. cxd3, aiming to create a strong central pawn structure. Black plays d6, but it's too little too late. White continues the attack with 19. rfe1, creating a pin on the e-file. Black responds with qd7, but it's not enough to stop the attack. White plays 20. rxe8 plus qxe8 21. qg7, delivering a checkmate and winning the game. In conclusion, white played an aggressive game, creating a pawn storm on the kingside and using the light-squared bishop to attack black's weaknesses. Black was not able to defend properly, allowing white to create a strong central pawn structure and eventually deliver a checkmate. Well played by white and unfortunate for black. In this game, white was able to win by checkmate in just 21 moves. One important lesson we can learn from this game is the importance of developing pieces early in the game. Both players started by developing their knights, but black made the mistake of moving their knight twice in the opening, which gave white an advantage. White took control of the center of the board and developed their pieces in a coordinated manner. Black, on the other hand, made several pawn moves and fell behind in development. Additionally, white was able to create threats and put pressure on black's position, which ultimately led to their victory. This game highlights the importance of a solid opening strategy, controlling the center of the board, and proper piece development. Thank you for joining us in this game of chess. We hope you enjoyed watching and learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest content. Keep playing and keep improving, and we'll see you in the next game.